Good morning, everyone. Respected Dr. Dinesh Kumar Sharma, Principal, Government Degree College, Diwali. Our esteemed resource person, Ms. Shahala Ayub, Assistant Professor of Economics, Government College for Women, MA Road, Srinagar. Faculty members, students, and other participants. It is our privilege to welcome you all to this national webinar on Make in India driving growth, innovation, and self-reliance. So, launched in the year 2014, Make in India is a visionary initiative aimed at transforming into a global manufacturing hub by promoting investment, innovation, and skill development. Make in India plays a crucial role in boosting industrial growth, generating employment, and reducing dependency on imports, ultimately paving the way for an Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. So we are honored to have our esteemed speaker, Ms. Shahala Ayub, ma'am, with us, who will share her valuable insights. And let me have the opportunity to introduce resource person for today's webinar. Ms. Shahala Ayub, a young and dynamic economist from Jammu and Kashmir. She is currently serving as an assistant professor, Government College for Women, Emirate Srinagar, Department of Higher Education, Government of Jammu and Kashmir. Before joining academia, she worked as an assistant director in Economics and Statistics Department of Planning, Monitoring and Development, Government of Jammu and Kashmir, where she gained extensive experience in economic planning and policy analysis. She also holds an esteemed position of Independent Women Director at Jammu and Kashmir Bank, contributing her expertise to the financial sector. She has a deep passion for economic research, particularly in the areas of conflict economics, financial inclusion, and developmental economics. Her scholarly contributions include several publications on governance, conflict, and economic warfare and economic welfare, reflecting her keen interest in addressing socio-economic challenges. With her vast experience and research-driven approach, Ms. Shahala Ayub brings a wealth of knowledge that will enrich our discussion on Make in India initiative and its impact on economic growth, innovation, and self-reliance. So to formally begin, I invite Dr. Dinesh Kumar Sharma, Principal of GDC Jwali, to share his opening remarks. Dinesh sir, Principal sir, are you there? Dinesh sir, please unmute your mic. I think maybe due to some technical issue, he's unable to unmute. So just give me a minute. Uh, just give me a minute to get this issue resolved.
Hello, hello,
Yes,
hello.
sir, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Sorry for disturbance. Hello.
Yes, sir, we can hear you clearly.
Okay. So, good morning to all of you. This is Dr. DK Sharma, Principal, Government Degree College, Jwali. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you in this one-day national webinar on the topic Make in India, Driving Growth, Innovation and Self-Reliance, organized by Department of Commerce, Government Degree College, Jwali, under the supervision of Professor Nishant Narang, Head, Department of Commerce, and also coordinator of this webinar. On this occasion, we have with us our resource person, Professor Sahila Ayub, Department of Economics, Government College for Women, Srinagar. So, on behalf of staff members and students of Government Degree College, Jwali, I would like to welcome and thank Professor Sahila for accepting our request to be a resource person in this national webinar. Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for sparing your valuable time to be with us today as a resource person. I also want to congratulate the students and staff of Commerce Department, especially Professor Nishant Narangji, Head of Commerce Department and Coordinator of this webinar, for their consistent, excellent efforts for organizing such informative webinar on a very relevant topic, that is Make in India, Driving Growth, Innovation and Self-Reliance. The main motive or purpose of this webinar is to provide valuable insights on the Make in India initiative and its impacts on economic growth, innovation, and self-reliance. We all know that Make in India initiative of government aims to reduce India's reliance on imports by promoting domestic production. This will not only strengthen India's self-reliance, but also improve the balance of trade, reducing the trade deficit. The Make in India initiative also aims to boost India's manufacturing sector, increase its GDP contribution, create jobs, attract foreign investment, and promote innovation and technological advancement. The benefits of Make in India initiative are reduction in imports and increased export opportunities, promotion of Indian made products, job creation, and employment opportunities. So, as we have with us an expert on the topic having vast experience, I hope the students, faculty members, and all other participants will definitely get informative, valuable insight on the main topic, Make in India. So, not taking much of time, once again, I would like to welcome our resource person of the day, Professor Shaila, and all other participants in this national webinar. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Principal Sir, for your kind words and for joining us. Now, without further delay, I invite Ms. Shala Ayub ma'am to begin the session.
First of all, I would like to thank the principal sir for inviting me, and Nishant sir, I am so thankful to you for giving such a humble introduction to the participants. To begin, I would like to start the process of planning in India. So, as we see, in an economy began the planning process from the year 1950, and as years passed, we saw that different sectors showed different dynamics, and we have seen the services sector surpassing every other sector of the economy. And not only that, we see in India, while the growth in agriculture has been modest, driven by green revolution, irrigation expansion, and government support, the productivity still remains very low. Similarly, the manufacturing sector contributes roughly only to 16 to 18% of the GDP. But if we compare this growth prospectus to other countries like Asian tigers, particularly Hong Kong, Singapore, South Korea, the economies have quickly transitioned from agro based activities to industrial and service led processes. To them, manufacturing is the cornerstone of their growth. As a response to such growth strategies in India, Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji introduced the initiative called Make in India, which particularly helps manufacturing sector to uplift other sectors of the economy. So, to begin with my particular topic of Make in India initiative, I would like to share my presentation with you and begin slide to slide or interaction throughout the presentation.
Yes, ma'am, we can see your screen.
Is my presentation visible now?
Yes, ma'am, visible. Uh,
Okay.
if possible, increase the size or full screen.
Wait. Is it fine now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So we begin with the background of Make in India initiative. This initiative is a flagship program launched by Indian government in 2014 to boost domestic manufacturing and transform India into a global manufacturing hub. The campaign was launched to facilitate investment, foster innovation, enhance skill development, protect intellectual property, and build best in class manufacturing infrastructure. This initiative aims to encourage manufacturing in India and galvanize the economy with dedicated investments in manufacturing and services. There are three main objectives to this initiative. The first is to increase manufacturing sector's growth rate to 12 to 14% per annum in order to increase sector's share in the economy. The second objective is to create 100 million additional manufacturing jobs in the economy by 2022. The third objective is to ensure that manufacturing sector's contribution to increase to at least 25% by 2022 from the current, which is 16%. This policy approach was to create conducive environment for investments, develop modern and efficient infrastructure, and open up new sectors for foreign capital. The focus of Make in India program is on creating jobs and skill enhancement in 25 sectors such as automobiles, chemicals, IT, pharmaceuticals, constructions, which we would be seeing in another slide further on. To start a movement, you needed a strategy that inspires, empowers, and enables in equal measure. Make in India needed a different kind of campaign. Instead of typical statistics laden newspaper advertisements, this exercise required messaging that was informative, well packaged, and more importantly, credible. And this whole process was taken over by the Department of Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, which is DPIIT, which worked with a group of highly specialized agencies to build new infrastructure, including a dedicated help desk and a mobile-first website that packed a wide array of information into simple and sleek menu. So we have focus sectors. You may be well aware that all these sectors like biotechnology, chemicals, electrical machinery, leather, these are such sectors which have forward linkages as well as backward linkages. So such all 25 sectors which Make in India is focusing on shall be connecting the agriculture with the manufacturing as well as manufacturing to some service sector. So in order to move on, Make in India initiative had different pillars. Such pillars were new processes. The Make in India initiative identified ease of doing business as a crucial factor for promoting entrepreneurship. Several measures were implemented to enhance the business environment, make it more conducive, and for startups to establish and enterprises get established alike. The second pillar is new infrastructure. The government focused on developing industrial corridors.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Sorry to interrupt. Slides move नहीं हो रही हैं.
My slide has but moved on.
I think you have to go back to your presentation and then you have to click on the another slide.
Would you share it on my behalf and I'll ask you to move on to next slides then?
Yeah, sure. That I can do. Okay, ma'am.
Please do it.
So are you able to see, ma'am, my...
Would you move to the third slide where pillars we are discussing?
Okay.
Okay. So shall I begin again from new processes or I would move on from the infrastructure part?
Move on from the infrastructure part, ma'am.
Okay. So another pillar is the new infrastructure. The government is focusing on developing industrial corridors and smart cities, integrating state-of-the-art technology with high-speed communication to create world-class infrastructure. Innovation and research were supported through streamlined registration systems and IPR infrastructure. The third pillar is new sectors. We have FDI significantly opened up in various sectors like defense production, which was never a history in India, insurance, medical devices, construction, and railway infrastructure. This expansion also includes easing FDI regulations in insurance and medical devices, encouraging international investment and growth. The last but not the least pillar, which is the most important one, is the new mindset. The government is now embraced as a role of facilitator rather than being only a regulator, with industry to drive country's economic development. The shift aimed to foster a collaborative environment that supported industrial growth and innovation. Next slide, please. So certain number of core strategies were adopted while Make in India initiative was made into a reality. The first strategy was having policy reforms, and such policy reforms included streamlining business processes, in which ease of doing business was one of the most important one. So reducing bureaucratic hurdles and simplifying regulations to make it easier for companies to business in India. Developing infrastructure was another part of policy reform, in which upgrading ports, roads, railways, and power generation to provide reliable and efficient infrastructure for industries. We had infrastructural development and skill development. So, investing in skill development was very important, and it was needed to create a pool of skilled labor for manufactured sector, which actually we are lagging behind from a very long period. So, for all this, we needed incentivizing investments, like offering tax breaks, subsidies, and other incentives to attract foreign and domestic investments in manufacturing. So, we focused mainly on key sectors, such as targeting specific sectors for development, such as automobiles, aerospace, defense, electronic, and pharmaceuticals, in which FDI was allowed to almost 100%. Nishanji, next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah. So major initiatives were taken which enabled Make in India initiative. So these all initiatives were a kind of shoulder to shoulder working with Make in India initiative. So the first initiative we had PLI scheme, which was called Production Linked Incentive. Aligned with India's vision of becoming Atmanirbhar, self-reliant, the PLI scheme was introduced to enhance the country's manufacturing capabilities and boost exports. There were 14 main sectors which were covered under the PLI scheme, so which are mobile manufacturing, material and drug intermediaries, manufacture of medical devices, automobile and auto components, pharmaceutical drugs, specialty steel, telecom and networking products, electronic and technology products, white goods such as air conditions and LEDs, food products, textile products, high efficient solar PV modules, high advanced chemistry cells, drones and drone components. The primary goal of the PLI scheme is to attract substantial investments, incorporate advanced technology, and ensure operational efficiency. By fostering economies of scale and enhancing global competitiveness, these schemes are expected to significantly boost production, stimulate manufacturing activities, and contribute to economic growth over coming years. The next is PM Gati Shakti, which was launched on October 13, 2021. It is a strategic initiative aimed at achieving Atmanirbhar Bharat and a US 5 trillion economy by 2025 through creation of multimodal and last mile connectivity infrastructure. The program addressed the need for efficient transportation by promoting holistic planning and coordination among 36 ministries, departments, integrating progress and synchronizing project implementation. By enhancing logistics efficiency and bridging critical infrastructure gaps, Gati Shakti fosters a whole of government approach to transform India's infrastructural landscape. So there have been 7 engines, which are railways, roads, ports, waterways, airports, mass transport, logistic infrastructure. All 7 engines will pull forward the Indian economy in unison. These engines are supported by a complementary role of energy transmission, IT communication, bulk water, and clean energy and Sabka Prayas. The effort of central government, the state government, and the private sector together, leading to huge job and entrepreneurial opportunities for all, especially the youth. The next is the semiconductor ecosystem development. Recognizing the urgent need for robust and comprehensive policy framework, Union Cabinet approved the Semicon India program in 2021. This initiative is designed to foster development of sustainable semiconductor and display ecosystem in the country. The Semicon India program aims to provide a significant impetus to semiconductor and display manufacture by facilitating capital support and promoting technological collaborations. The Semicon program encompasses four schemes: modified scheme for setting up semiconductor fabs in India, modified scheme for setting up display fabs in India, modified scheme for setting up compound semiconductors, and design linked incentive schemes, which is DLI scheme. The next scheme, which was considered working shoulder to shoulder to make in India approach, is the National Logistics Policy, one of the most important policies. It was introduced to complement PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan by focusing on enhancing the soft infrastructure of India's logistics sector. The NLP aims to drive economic growth and competitiveness through an integrated, efficient, and sustainable logistics network by leveraging advanced technology. To meet all these objectives, a comprehensive logistic action plan was rolled out, addressing key issues such as digital logistics systems, standardization, human resource development, state engagement, and logistic parks. The next was industrialization and urbanization. The National Industrial Corridor Development Program is India's most ambitious infrastructure initiative, aiming to create smart cities and advanced industrial hubs. This program focuses on developing integrated industrial corridors with robust multimodal connectivity, promoting growth in manufacturing and systematic urbanization. Another one was the Startup India, which was launched on January 16, 2016. This initiative has rolled out several programs aimed at supporting entrepreneurs, building a robust ecosystem, and transforming India into a country of job creators and not job seekers. This remarkable growth underscores the initiative's success in fostering innovation, enhancing employment opportunities, and driving economic development across the nation. Another initiative is the tax reforms, which includes the implementation of GST on July 1st, 2017, a marked significant step in India's tax reforms, especially in the context of Make in India initiative. GST unified the country's 36 states and union territories into a single common market, simplifying the tax structure and reducing the most important cascading effect of multiple taxes. This has lowered production costs, making local manufacture more competitive. The GST rate on over 2,000 products was reduced from 28% to 18%, enhancing overall efficiency and productivity. Another initiative, which was Unified Payment Interface, which had eased most of the lives around us. It has emerged as a front runner in the global digital payments landscape, showcasing its remarkable capability to surpass world's leading digital payment platforms. With an impressive 46% of global real-time payment transactions occurring in India, UPI has firmly established itself as a significant player in this sector. In a striking demonstration of its growth, UPI processes nearly 81 lakh crore of transactions between April and July 2024 alone. This platform's user-friendly interface, combined with widespread acceptance across various sectors, has made it a cornerstone of India's digital economy, setting a benchmark for other countries to follow. Another part is the ease of doing business, which happens to be the heart of major initiatives taken to enable Make in India initiative a reality. India made remarkable progress in improving its business environment, climbing from 142nd in 2014 to 63rd in World Bank's Doing Business Report, that is DBR report of 2020, published in October 2019 before its discontinuation. The 79 jump rank over 5 years reflects the government's sustained effort to simplify regulation, reduce bureaucratic hurdles, create a more business-friendly environment, significantly boosting investor confidence and supporting the objectives of Make in India initiative. Nishanji, next slide. Next slide, please. Yes. Now, we may have a look at the major achievements that Make in India has achieved over a period of 10 years. The first we may have as the impact of economic growth shown through GDP growth, employment creation, foreign direct investment, and exports. And when we see its impact on economic growth, we see there is a boost in investment. Make in India initiative led to radiant growth in IT and manufacturing goods. This has encouraged various global and foreign investors to make investments in India to boost their business by building the products in the country only. In 2015, India emerged as top destination for FDI, surpassing US and China. Ease of doing business has also included steps taken to improve simplification and rationalization of existing rules. As a result of measures taken to improve country's investment climate, India jumped to 63rd, which I had already taken forward in the last slide. Also, the made in Bihar boots are now a part of Russian army equipment, marking a significant milestone for India's products in global defense markets and showcasing country's high manufacture standards. Kashmir willow bats, which have now become a global favorites. Their popularity underscores India's exceptional craftsmanship and influence international cricket. Amul has expanded its presence by launching its dairy products in US. The international venture reflects the global appeal of Amul, India's Amul, whose role in promoting Indian dairy on the world stage is very vibrant. The textile industry has created a staggering 14.5 crore jobs across the country. India produces an impressive 400 million toys annually now, with every 10th toy being produced in every second. There is a boost to MSMEs at the same time. The zero defect and zero effect phrase came with Make in India campaign, which has positively impacted the MSME sector of India. As a result, many companies are manufacturing goods which have zero defects and which have zero effects on the environment. In innovation and technology, we have a boost in research. First, first indigenously developed and manufactured rotavirus vaccine, to us mainly known as Rotavac, launched 30 bioincubators and biotech parks supported. In pharmaceutical industry, it was powered by indigenously produced vaccine. India not only vaccinated COVID-19 vaccination coverage in record time, but also became the major exporter of much needed life-saving vaccines to many developing and underdeveloped countries across the world. India supplies nearly 60% of world vaccines, meaning every second vaccine globally is proudly made in India. In automotive sector, Vande Bharat trains, India's first indigenous semi-high-speed trains, are shining examples of the success of Make in India initiative. Featuring state-of-the-art coaches, these trains offer passengers a modern and enhanced travel experience. As of now, 102 Vande Bharat trains services are operational across Indian Railways, connecting states with broad gauge electrical network and showcasing India's growth capability in advancing rail technology. India's bicycles have gained international acclaim with exports to UK, Germany, Netherlands, soaring each year. This surge highlights the global recognition of India's engineering and design. In electronic manufacturing, India's electronics has experienced rapid growth. Production nearly doubled, and primarily in mobile phones, which now constitute 43% of total electronic production. India is the second largest mobile manufacturer in the world and has significantly reduced its reliance on smartphone imports, now manufacturing 99% domestically. Nishanji, next slide.
Yes, ma'am.
I think innovation and technology advancement we are done with. R&D, startup system, digital push, we're all done. Then uh, we have a sync of self-reliance and Atmanirbhar Bharat, in which the synergy can be seen as while Make in India focuses on attracting foreign investment in manufacturing sectors by simplifying regulations and improving infrastructure, Atmanirbhar Bharat at the same time focuses on improving the economy by improving manufacturing supply and demand. They aim to achieve similar things like reduce reliance on imports, increase domestic manufacturing, and create jobs by creating an environment that encourages investment, innovation, and entrepreneurship. India is creating huge number of jobs. It is increasing self-sufficiency. By promoting domestic industry, India has increased its self-sufficiency by creating an environment that encourages investment, innovation, entrepreneurship. India has increased its global competitiveness. There are certain examples of such initiatives like defense industrial corridors, exclusive zones of defense manufacturing and research. We have PLI schemes that encourage domestic manufacturing. We are redefining now MSMEs. To them now are open to opportunities for financing and markets. In the defense production only, we have India achieving remarkable milestones in defense production, exemplified by the launch of INS Vikrant, the country's first domestically made aircraft carrier. This initiative is part of India's broad goal to reduce imports and become self-reliant, Atmanirbhar in defense sector only. Next slide. But Make in India approach has been facing a good number of challenges throughout the time. There are many challenges, including infrastructure issues, regulatory barriers, and skill gaps. Like in infrastructure bottlenecks, we have poor road conditions, which hinder the ability of many people to participate in the innovation economy. There is a power outage, which is a common problem in India. Water shortages, which is also so common to all of us also. We have a lack of high-speed internet capacity, which limits the ability of many people to participate in the innovation economy. We have regulatory barriers. Complex regulatory environment in India can create bureaucratic hurdles that increase compliance costs and deter investment. We have a huge skill gap. We all might be knowing as teachers that no matter NEP has introduced skill education, but what sort of skills we are imparting, we all know. We have inadequate infrastructure that is hindering the ability of the teachers to provide necessary training and skill for the needed job markets. We have low awareness, which can deter the benefits of training and skill. We have lack of quality trainers. I mean, it if the education sector of the Indian economy happens to employ good number of skill imparting teachers, there might be another spur of UGC, which is imparting skill only, and that too would be a big cost to the economy only. So, because of all such challenges, the Make in India has faced few failures also. Nishanji, next slide. Next. We are done with all this. Move on,
Okay.
please. Failures.
Okay.
Yes. There, among the failures, the first is the slow growth of investment in the economy. The gross fixed capital formation of private capital declined to 28% from 31% in 2018. As per Center for Monitoring Indian Economy data, announcement of new investment projects declined by 38%. We have a slow output growth. The index of industrial production pertaining to manufacturing has registered double-digit growth rates only to two occasions. In fact, data shows that for a majority of the months, it was 3% or below, even negative for some months. And for this reason also, we have COVID responsible for a good number of months during the considered period. There is a small employment growth. As per the periodic labor force survey, the unemployment rate was 6.1%. And as per the Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, the data shows 11 million people lost their jobs in 2018. But what are the reasons behind such failures? It is we had too much reliance on foreign capital. Most of the schemes under Make in India rely too much on foreign capital for investments and global markets for produce. This created an inbuilt uncertainty among the native producers, which had to be planned according to the demand and supply conditions elsewhere. Make in India has been plagued by a large number of unprepared initiatives. The implementation of deficit has resulted in large number of stalled projects in India. There was an overestimation of implementation capacity of the government. It set too ambitious growth rates for manufacturing sector, and that too very early. At an annual growth rate of 12 to 14% is well beyond the capacity of industrial sector. Historically, India has not achieved it, and to expect to build capacities for such a quantum jump is perhaps an enormous overestimation of the implementation capacity of the government. There was actually a loss of policy focus. The initiative brought into too many sectors into its fold. This led to loss of policy focus actually. Further, it was seen as a policy devoid of any understanding of the comparative advantages of the domestic economy. And most importantly, this initiative was ill-timed. Given the uncertainties of the global economy and ever rising trade protectionism, the initiative was spectacularly ill timed. Next slide. Okay, future outlook. We have a way forward in which we need to strengthen policies, among whom we need labor reforms, faster implementation of all the four labor codes, which are wages, industrial relations, social security, occupational safety, healthy and working conditions of the workers. We need to simplify our tax system. The complete and complex tax system, a huge amount of paperwork and corruption was the main cause of worries among the investors. Reducing number of taxes requires to pay annually, reducing the number of procedures to be followed and simplifying and rationalizing GST rates is the need of the hour. We need land reforms vis-a-vis or labor reforms. Stringent land acquisition laws made it difficult for India to attract investors in the manufacturing sector. India's benchmark land acquisition law can be amended to make it easier to buy land for defense and development projects in fast-growing economy while also ensuring the rights of our farmers. We need skill training at a very large scale and from the grassroots levels. Despite various government efforts like Skill India Initiative, Yula Kaushal Kendra, India still lags behind other nations in imparting skill training. Integration of skill education with the formal education reforms in skill sector councils, innovative funding models of skill training institutes, establishment of skill development university needs to be done, which I have already enumerated that we need another UGC taking care of skill only. So with conclusion, next slide. As I conclude, Make in India is celebrating its 10th anniversary. It stands as a testament to India's determination to reshape its manufacturing landscape and enhance its global standing. With strategic reforms, investment friendly policies, and strong focus on infrastructure development, this initiative has significantly enhanced India's industrial capabilities, if not production abilities. The success of indigenous projects like Vande Bharat trains, INS Vikrant, alongside record-breaking FDI inflows, reflects the India's growth reliance and global competitiveness. So the initiative is undoubtedly an inspiring initiative which has reduced the risk factors of investing in India for many foreign companies. The availability of skilled labor, a business-friendly environment, good infrastructure, and low manufacturing cost are some conditions required for the success of Make in India campaign. In short span of time, obsolete and obstructive frameworks of past have been dismantled and replaced with a transparent and user-friendly system. This is helping This is helping drive investment, fostering innovation, developing skills, protecting intellectual property rights, and building best-in-class manufacturing infrastructure. Today, India's credibility is stronger than ever. This is visible momentum, energy, and optimism. Make in India is opening investment doors. Multiple enterprises are adopting its mantra. The world's largest democracy is well on its way to become world's most powerful economy. And let us remind ourselves that Make in India initiative is not an outcome in itself. It is a process which will keep on going on, producing more outcomes on the way forward. Thank you very much. Nishanji, my presentation is over.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for your presentation. Uh, Participants, in case of any questions, if you have any queries, please post in the chat box, or you can also raise your hand raise button so that we can unmute you. Participants, in case you have any questions, please post in the chat box, or you can also raise the hand raise button. Okay.
Nishanji, you can also do one thing. You can actually provide them my email ID.
Okay.
If they need to contact me on any kind of questions or queries, they can directly contact me.
Okay, ma'am. Surely, I will be doing that. There is one question from Chandraprakash Sharma. How does Make in India compare with similar initiatives in other countries like China's Made in China 2025, Germany's Industry 4.0?
So this answer was obvious in my presentation only, because we had good number of bottlenecks in which our Make in India was working. With other countries, there is no question of infrastructure. There's no question of skill gaps. So, as I have enumerated different growth strategies of Asian tigers, they do not face any kind of hurdle in initiating a program like Make in Hong Kong or Make in Taiwan. I hope this answers your question.
Yes, I think. So I think there are no more questions till now, and there is a Professor Dinesh Kumar who is saying that India Make in India के बारे में कुछ प्रकाश डालो, that what we have been doing since the
Thank
last
you,
hour.
sir. Thank you so much.
Or I think there are no more questions. But yes, Make in India, it is a dream for the country like India to achieve this, because I was
To me, it is a process. To me, it is a
yeah,
process.
I was listening to one of the expert, and he was mentioning that India is producing around 40 lakhs cars in a year, and China is exporting
Absolutely.
60 lakhs car in a year.
We are the
So there
second.
is a huge gap, and yeah, so definitely we had when we have a dream, then we'll work towards that. And there's another question from Dr. Pushpinder Singh Thakur, that how long this robust growth will take to trickle down?
Even I cannot answer it. It will depend on different kinds of things going on, the minds of think tanks working behind the policies of our country. We can be positive about it. Since we have initiated the process, it will bring out positive outcomes.
Yes. So I think this was all that we have to share with you, all the participants. So thank you so much, Shala, you ma'am, for your insightful and thought-provoking session, and your deep analysis of the
Thank
Make
you
in
for
India
inviting me.
initiative, and yeah, and its role in fostering innovation and self-reliance has truly enriched our understanding. We appreciate your time and expertise in sharing such valuable perspectives. And now I invite Diksha Thakur, a student of BCom second year, to formally present vote of thanks.
I appreciate this move.
Yes. Uh, yes, Diksha, please continue.
Good afternoon, everyone. As we conclude this webinar, it is my honor to express heartfelt gratitude to everyone who made this event a great success. First and foremost, I would like to extend our sincere thanks to our resource person, Ms. Shahla Ayub, for sharing her extensive knowledge and expertise with us today. Your detailed explanation have made this session truly valuable for all the participants. We appreciate the time and effort you have dedicated to make this webinar a great learning experience. I would also like to thank our respected principal, sir, Dinesh Kumar Sharma, for his constant support. A special thanks to all the participants who have joined us today from various parts of the country. Your active engagement and enthusiasm have greatly contributed to the success of this webinar. We hope that the knowledge you have gained today will help you in your academic and professional endeavors. I would also like to express my thanks to webinar coordinator, Mr. Nishantra. Finally, thank you all once again for being a part of this webinar. We look forward to your participation in future events. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Diksha. Thank you, Shahla ma'am. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
I'm always there.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
So all
Have a
the
great-
participants, I have shared the feedback link. You are requested to fill it within 30 minutes. After that, it will be closed. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all. Those who have filled the
I feel
feedback form,
loved
they
you all.
can leave now.